Hi, I'm Victoria Cueto, and here is my research paper or research presentation on crime and punishment. I focused on how public universities respond, prevent, and provide solutions for student sexual assault. So the Justice Bureau, as well as the Association of American Universities, states about 1 in 5 women and 1 in 20 men will be sexually assaulted before their senior year of college. Unfortunately, nearly every student knows a victim or is a victim of this violent crime. I think we've all been in a situation, whether we're at an on or off campus event, where we see an uncomfortable situation occurring and we're not sure what to do or how to approach it. And sexual assault is something that negatively affects victims for the rest of their lives. It's something they have to deal with forever, and it's a huge issue, especially in college for women, but as well as men. So in 1972, they created Title IX Amendment, which states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. So essentially, there can't be sex discrimination in a publicly funded university. So my thesis was, despite the creation of policies and training courses required for universities under Title IX, sexual violence against students is still a significant issue that could be prevented if campuses focus on modifying their policies to end sexual misconduct by increasing reporting methods, providing more victim support, and conducting more research studies. So what is Title IX's purpose today? As Triplet M describes, although the statute itself contains no reference to student-on-student sexual assault courts have applied Title IX to sex-gendered violence by defining sexual assault as a type of sex discrimination. So now the courts use it to address sexual assault, harassment, misconduct, and gender-based dating and domestic violence, as well as stalking in public universities. So multiple policies have been created throughout every public university. There's a checklist on this side here that you can see the simple things that they all must have, which includes, incident, immediate, ongoing reporting, as well as the definition of things such as consent, assault, harassment, which is really important to decipher between, and the protocols, and as well as the educational policies. However, it's been modified to include issues, to include different methods of how to teach this to students, such as victim services. We tell them where to go, how to get counseling, bystander programs, which teaches anyone in the situation what to do. That really focuses on distraction methods, as well as resistance training, which is really important because if there is no bystander, if you're by yourself and this is occurring, what to do as the person who is about to be assaulted, what do you do? So it's really important. And easy reporting services, because most of these are underreported. The issues with Title IX policies include a lack of self-reporting of sexual assault. According to the article by Strength and Cameratu in 2015, they explain how the lack of reporting leads to a lack of funding and attention to provide resources for victims. So this is a big problem because most of the assaults occur between acquaintances or people you know between the ages of 18 to 24, according to this study. And that makes it harder to come out with your story to friends, family, or police in this situation. Also, there's an issue of public response to sexual assault crimes. This is on a nationwide level, which is why the Me Too movement has become so big. They're trying to put an end to victim shaming because it doesn't help anyone. It leads to a lack of reporting as well as lack of funding and support for victims. So we need to change the public opinion of how sexual assault crimes are dealt with, as well as legal remedies for perpetrators and victims. So Banyard 2014 explains that because the campus tribunal's severest punishment for sexual misconduct, assault, and rape is expulsion, not imprisonment, the same legal procedural protections and standards provided by off-campus criminal courts are not required in a campus case. So essentially, this is just what is creating the biggest issue with, we've seen this with the Stanford rape case, with the swimmer, Brock. His case was treated with the campus first and then was later given to officials. Most of them are either expelled or suspended, and nothing has gone beyond that. So it's a really big issue. And then in our case study example, Fresno State had a recent sexual assault claim from a 17-year-old who was claimed to be raped at 2 separate events during the Super Bowl weekend in March 2020. Caltex's explains how Fresno State officials responded by suspending Kappa Sigma's privileges until May 2021 and temporarily suspended Phi Mu. So the issue here was that the victim actually put her story on YouTube and blamed rape culture in the fraternities and asked them to be disbanded. However, no arrest or disciplinary action has been made as of August 2020, which resulted in this protest. President Castro has released statements condemning sexual misconduct, but has stated it's in the hands of the Fresno State Police Department now. So let's go see our Title IX policy just for reference. Here's the website for anyone who wants to check it out. The most important thing that they really focus on is the bystander program, as well as reporting options, which are really important. So they give you all the tools that you need if you want to report, as well as provide what you could do if you were to be sexually assaulted, which is really important, medical care, recovering from it. However, the one thing you notice is that they do not explain what happens to perpetrators of the crime, because this is a case-by-case basis. However, I think that that should probably be included in future policies. So is there a nationwide solution to this problem? The answer is no, because every campus requires different policies and protocols. The Not Anymore or SAVE Act can only do so much because it has restrictions. And as according to Weinerman 2018, all of these strategies, bystander programs, resistance programs, structural changes on campus have a role to play, but they're not the solution. So here's just a simple thing that we must focus on victim services, as well as how to end the stigma attached to reporting claims, because then we'll get more reports, more funding, and therefore more studies. So one of my solutions was that I think we should be teaching middle school or even elementary school students throughout their educational experience what consent is, what to do in an uncomfortable sexual situation, and their access to victim services throughout school. Because I would wonder how that would impact the next generation of college students. And in conclusion, the public opinion and increased amount of social media will provide more attention to this issue and eventually lead to more studies and research to put an end to this violent crime on college campuses today. So here's my references, and that's it. Thank you.